Okay, there we go. I guess we're starting the show now.
Nice. Good and funny, I think. That's how we started it.
Yeah?
I think.
We'll see how much of that made it in there because I heard a key drop.
Damn.
That's going to bother me.
Messing this one up, the beginning of this one.
It's going to be a rough start. Ugh. But I'm having a good day.
That's good.
I had a McRib today.
Nice.
You ever had one of those?
Mm-mm. Is it seasonal or is it all the time now?
No, it's seasonal.
And you were like, today.
I was like, I got to hit it. I got to get it. Yeah.
Is it your first one?
Not my first one. First one in a long time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. I was very American this morning. I had a McRib, and I listened to a YouTube video about how society is collapsing. Mm-hmm. And I think there's nothing more American than criticizing and participating in the culture at the same time.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. We love a good self-aware, hypocritical moment, you know?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun to be like, yeah, dude, this country's going to shit. And then I'm like,
McRib.
Yeah. I was like, thank you.
McRib and a Diet Coke.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not trying to get too fat out here.
Exactly,
Try
obviously.
to take care of myself.
But you had to get your aspartame in for the day.
Definitely need it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Got to eat just a little. Come on, because what if I'm the only one out of my friends at like 65 who didn't get some type of cancer? That's going to suck.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, how do you not get cancer even?
Oh, dude, I'm definitely going to get cancer.
I'm pretty sure that's how we all go.
There's way too much cancer in my family. There's no way I'm not.
Yeah. Oh, you know, and I don't even think about that because I don't have any genetic history.
Right.
I got like my parents to look at it and I'm like, all right, shit's going good for them pretty much. So it's just like, other than that, I'm just like, I don't know what happens.
Yeah.
I like it that way, I think.
I'm dressed like I have cancer already. I just realized that.
Yeah. Like I had a McRib. I dressed the part. It was the whole thing.
Living it up. What's you came to the G?
Yes, I did. To the G spot.
Yeah.
As the kids are saying.
You had fun? You had a good set?
I did. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Celia.
Celia was hyped.
I'm always so nervous to say her name. I'm always like, I'm going to mess that up. But
yeah.
She's very, very sweet.
Yeah, she was hyped to see another woman there.
Yeah, that's always nice. Or it's like holding it down for the other girls. But a lot of fun guys. You mentioned it in your set, but it had kind of a Farringtons vibe, which I miss Farringtons. I
do too. You know, all right, I'll put this out there because Josh is on the verge of retirement. They want me to run a show there.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Portia
and Nick reached out to me. Nick, the guy who heckled me.
Oh,
we're like friends now. He reached out and was like, yeah. I know. Yeah, he was like, because before Magoo's, I didn't realize Magoo's is right around the corner from that. Mm-hmm. So before I did that show, I went to Farrington's just to say hi to everybody. Mm-hmm. And he was like, dude, we need comedy back here on Wednesdays. I'm like, I ain't doing this shit every week. Like, that's not happening. Like, maybe once a month if there's money involved. But like, and he's like, okay, we'll talk about it. And then I went to talk to Josh because I don't want to like step on his toes. And he's saying he's on the fence right now about continuing.
Oh.
Which I guess is really normal for people that have been in it as long as, like, he's in his like second year. Mm-hmm. A lot of second year people drop out.
Second year stretch itch. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's where once you start getting a good set, people start booking you because you're new. Mm-hmm. And then if you don't keep progressing past that point, I think everyone goes through this like lull in bookings, and then they're like, they feel like they've lost it. Everyone else is like, you know, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I think you're supposed to push through that and like show everybody that you're still really about it. Mm-hmm. But I think just the way it feels personally, it's really hard to like stay in it. Cause you're like, oh, this was fun in the first like 7 months. Cause I was like, it's all new to me, the whole concept of it. And then you start to get a little jaded because you start to see people succeed for things. And you're like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah. It happens.
Yeah.
Because when we went to Seawolf, there was that guy, I can't remember his name. He's got red hair and he's like really, really pale, but I think he's actually Mexican. He said to Noah and I, he's like, you guys are new at comedy, huh? We're like, yeah. Like, what makes you say that? He's like, oh, you guys just look happy. Like, you guys look like you're still enjoying like doing this.
When Noah looks happy, it's
yeah. He's like, you still have the light in your eyes. He's like, that's great. That's so cool. Like, it's going to go away, but like, don't give up.
I love that.
Yeah.
he's like negging you. He's just like, it's going to suck. Get ready. And you're like, all right.
Yeah. I wonder if it was a neg. It felt more just like, don't get discouraged. Like this is going to show up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think
it might be a neg a little bit.
What do you consider negging? Because maybe I have a different definition of negging.
I don't actually know any real definitions. I just go off of like, I heard a word. That's what I think it sounds like.
Okay, so what do you think it sounds like?
Where it's like you're being negative, or like you're like being nice negative, because it's traditionally used for flirting, I'm pretty sure.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I don't actually think, well, I don't know. I wasn't there. Maybe it was hitting on you, but it was really like
that would be a twist if that's what was happening.
No, but probably just like he was being nice, but he was kind of being like a little bit, he was like, but a little sweet but sour, a little Sour Patch Kid action.
Could be.
A little portal into the future, He was just trying to tell us what was up. That's all.
Maybe just warning.
Yeah.
But shout out to Josh, because he is funny and he is fun as hell. And whatever he wants to do, I just hope he keeps posting about when the Bills kick the 49ers' asses. I hope he keeps that up.
This is such a great season of football for Niner fans because as a Raider fan, they are becoming us.
Oh, yeah.
And I love it. Mm-hmm. I love it so much. I know we talk about like we stay hating on this podcast, but like I just like it when people make fun of other people for things and then start doing those things when it happens to them. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, wow, look at you guys like getting mad at your like general manager. Look at you guys going like, oh, it doesn't matter. We're up by two scores. Like we're going to get fun. It's like
not very fun.
Yeah. It's not. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Oh, we can't come back in the second half. Oh, what's that like?
Yeah.
It's like, it's not fun.
Yeah.
No.
Not good.
But if you put this on, you going to make Noah host at Farrington's?
He's saying no. My thought is, and I don't want to put it out there too much because I'm really like, we haven't even started negotiating anything.
Yeah.
What I would want is a monthly showcase, some money up front, like for the comics, and something for me to take home because that's a fucking drive. But basically, it'd be like, I need to get paid. It needs to be once a month, and it's not going to be an open mic.
Yeah, showcases. I didn't even consider that.
Oh, yeah. It's easy. I mean, I have an open mic.
Yeah.
Once you run one of them, the fact that I used to run 3 a week was insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's tough to every week have to host the same thing. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't do it that way. I would probably either host it or like maybe hire somebody to host it. Mm-hmm. But once a month.
Yeah.
It would be a once a month thing because otherwise it's too much. Mm-hmm. Too much. And I think you struggle as a comic too because you're not doing enough spots.
Yeah.
Like it's a different beast when you're hosting or running a show.
Oh, absolutely.
So
it's part of it. You have to learn how to be a good host, which you are a good host, so you don't have to worry about anything. But it's like I have to learn how to be a good host because that's like the next, like you get on a showcase, hosting is kind of like where you start and like pay your dues. And it's just like, I really like just coming and worrying about what I'm going to say.
Right.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, everybody loves that.
Everybody loves that. It's like,
everybody loves doing a little bit of work.
Yeah. So it's just like, I'm like, all right. So anytime, if I ever get invited to host stuff, I'm always like, yes. And then I'm always like, okay, I'm going to listen to what everybody's saying. I'm going to have something funny to say after that. I'm going to be engaging.
It's good though. I mean, that stuff helps your set though too, though, I think.
Oh yeah.
It totally, like last night I was at improv class and like with a bunch of people, there's like 3 of us that have done it before. Mm-hmm. And there's a bunch of us that are like pretty new. And there's 2 of us that don't speak English. So it's a great group of people. It's just,
I'm so curious how they got there. The people who don't speak English. A lot of
people take these classes because they say it just helps you make friends, and it really does.
Oh yeah.
But my gosh, it's so hard for them. And like, they're very nice people. I'm not like trying to shit on them, but these poor, like they're immigrants. It feels weird to say that, but these, like, they literally just came here from India and one just came here from Korea. And they have really broken English, you can tell. And then when the teacher tells them something, they don't understand it.
Yeah. And that's
we're like
tough for everybody involved there.
Yeah. We're trying to do an exercise and they're like, don't do this. And then they do that.
Yeah.
There's one of them. Noah's smiling because Noah took class with me last year or last class. So the girl who always makes everything about a baby. Like everything she does, she's just very
typical girl. Am I right? No, go on.
No, but she is though. She really does. It's very funny. If she jumps in a scene, she's the mom or she's the daughter, and her scene partner always has too many babies. that she has to take care of. That's like her like it's almost like that cliche of like improv people always go like, I have a gun. Hers is like, Scott, I have a baby. Like, I have a baby. Yeah. It's like, okay. Well, we had to do this exercise where you create an object, you say something that like sucks about it, you pass it to the next person, they add on to it. And she, of course, she turned the thing into it was a teddy bear. And it was like going around the room. It's like, there's a demon in this teddy bear. It's covered in piss. It's this. And she goes, it actually, is also a baby. You have to take care of it. And I wished you were in the room so bad, dude, because I looked at Ronnie and we both just went like, everything will become a baby. Like everything will become a baby.
Somebody should beat her to it. You should hand her a baby first.
I should. I got to get in.
And then see how that goes.
I will say, though, she is getting a lot better. She's starting to make different choices.
That's great.
Like, she came on the scene as a cat.
I have twins. Multiply the babies.
Oh no, it was so funny. But class was a little irritating last night because we have like newer people. When you do the type of improv we're doing, like if you're not in the scene or on stage, you are supposed to help end a scene. You're supposed to run in front and cut it.
Yeah.
For some reason, everyone just kept joining the scene, so there was no one to cut it. So it just got really bad, and it's just a bunch of people trying to have like 3 scenes at once. I was losing my fucking mind because it was like our teacher was pretty.
Yeah, the teacher's not like, all right, and that's everybody.
She let the chaos run for a little bit, and it was like, and I could be a little snooty when it comes to improv stuff because I've done it for a long time. There I go, trying not to get any noises on this microphone, and
he says I'm such a professional thing.
Seriously, piss me off. God damn it. Anyway, like 2 people were having a really good scene, and then like 4 people would run in with a new idea, and it's like, what the like?
And then they're like, where are these babies?
Exactly. It's like, dude, like, fuck, we didn't need this. We really didn't need this, but I'm getting so good. The reason why I'm saying
obviously
this, I'm getting so good at being patient with people and just shitting on them in this podcast. Because I was such a sweetie pie.
Nice.
I was like, that was fun, guys. You guys are having so much fun.
We stay hating on this podcast. Maybe we need to change the name.
We stay hating.
Yeah, no, same thing where it's like, oh, I'm such a sweetie pie, and then I'm like, I can't wait to complain about this later. That's gonna make my day about this.
Absolutely. How was Thanksgiving? You guys have a good time Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was dope. Right now growing up, we always played poker.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so it's like my brother and I, we've been playing poker for a long time. So our kid is super into poker right now.
Do you guys play 5-7 or Texas?
Texas. We only play Texas Hold'em. My mom also got this game. It's called 5 Crowns. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
It's the most insane game, and it's played with like, you need to get a specific deck of cards, and there's 5 suits, and there's 2 decks of cards in each actual deck. So it's like, I can't even do. Anyway, it is a lot of fun. Once you it's like whenever you learn a card game, it's like you gotta learn the rules and then it's fun. So we do that. But we'll like literally for Thanksgiving, we played 3 hours of poker, like at lunch where everybody has like all the appetizer stuff. And then we played like 3 hours of 5 Crowns after dinner.
Now, are you actually like exchanging money?
No. We do it for, just like calling each other names. And so it's like, so we've been having a lot of conversation with like our kid that, and we kind of talked about it last time, but, I was like, hey, when I'm explaining to him the joke, I'm also like, yeah, so I swear, like I had to break that news to him. I was like, cause I don't do it around him. And I still don't. And so I was like, so I swear. And he was like, so now he like tries to slip in swearing wherever he can. And, it was very funny because like we'll talk shit to each other like at the table as adults, not super sweary, but then he'll be like, ooh, you really screwed your butt on that one. And I was just like, I hate when I do that. I hate when I screw my butt on that one. And so it's like, so that's mostly what we're playing for, but like no actual money.
Okay,
that's all.
We play dice games at ours, but money is exchanged.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You ever
in your family or like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever play left, right, center?
Yeah. Left, right, center, liar's dice.
We don't play liar's dice. I don't think my brother and his friends play liar's dice.
Yeah, like this family, we do honesty dice, and that's it.
No, it's just, honestly, I feel like liar's dice is like just too complicated for everyone to pick up.
I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean 2, Orlando Bloom picked it up like, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
that's
I
okay.
take back what I said. You're right, dude.
Yeah, my bad. Try it next year. But so you play left, right, center. Anything else?
So I taught my family 1-4-24.
Oh yeah. Yes.
So they took to that really fast. Mm-hmm. They loved it. My grandma was such a shark.
Yeah.
When
hell yeah.
she was like, "Oh, cool!" Like once she learned it,
you guys screwed your butts on this one.
And then I showed her, bottom, like the whole concept of bottoms when you only have one dice left. She's like, "Oh shit!" Like everyone was like, "I can what now? Oh fuck!" And then it took off like wildfire. It was fun.
Yeah. No, I said that we were big on cards, but I think we were just big on like any like gambling sort of game. My dad was like, "We don't have any time for Candyland in this house.
Gotcha.
I'm going to teach you a game of skill." So
that is smart though. I mean, Candyland, those are fun to like teach kids the concept of like how a game works and following rules. Sure. But if they're smart enough, you might as well teach them actual games that they'd play as adults, because if they're good, it's like golf. It's like learning how to golf early on. Like it's just a smart thing because it opens doors for you with other people.
Oh, absolutely. Look at Tiger Woods' dad.
What was
I don't know. He had him going like since he was like 6 months or something crazy.
Oh, got it. Like how that affected Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the greats. Are you big up to date? Like you got a lot of Tiger Woods information?
No, I just know he was really into Eastern European like sluts, and then
good for him.
Oh yeah, great for him. But he got caught.
Yeah. Not as awesome.
Don't
but
get sloppy.
Get a South Park episode out of it. It's not bad.
That's pretty cool.
I'm sure that's how you know you made it. It's just like South Park parodied me. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So Lizzo's making it. That's great for her.
Kanye.
Obviously, yeah.
Mormons. COVID.
Yeah. Are you
heavy hitters?
Sorry, you go.
No, that was it.
No.
I have nothing else.
Here I go. All right, now I'm doing it. Consent. You a guy that like misses COVID at all? You miss like COVID times? No. There's nothing from
My
COVID
life
that you
ripped so hard before COVID.
Did it?
Yeah, I was an actor. I was making money as an actor before COVID.
Me only knowing post-COVID Jared.
Yeah,
okay.
Whoa.
Tell me about it.
My life was so much fun.
Yeah.
I was traveling all over California, like doing acting, and I was like a working artist. And, that ended.
You're a working artist now.
No, I'm a drug dealer who gets to do it as a hobby. It's way different.
Yeah, well, podcasting is obviously an art, and then
that's the one thing I did miss about COVID was everyone was actually listening to podcasts. My first podcast, Great Content, was got pretty big.
Yeah.
For a while. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
But I had to do everything online. Like I had to interview people.
Yeah.
And that was tough. But I had way shittier equipment than this. No one cared about quality of content back then.
Right.
It was just, oh God, I'm stuck at home and
gotta listen to stuff.
Yeah. I'd do 200, 300 views for a very thing, but you're cool. And now we're struggling to break 150, and it's probably only because I talked about.
Yeah, but we did it. Yeah, what's up?
But because I talked about Jake Paul, probably it was
cool. Let's talk about him again. What else do we know about him?
I know. I was gonna say I was listening to that video about society being shitty or whatever, because they were basically talking about how algorithms are making everything. It's changing the landscape of pretty much our entire culture.
Yeah.
And I was like, I knew if you look at our episodes where I talk about something that's very popular, we just get more views because I can put it in there and fire it up. But I don't have very many things going on other than, did you hear that the CEO of United Healthcare got shot?
No.
Well, he did.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know why no, he's dead.
Sorry.
Right?
Rest in
Dude,
peace to that
that's
guy.
a whole story. That's going to be a movie. For real.
So do you know about it?
I know a good amount, not not in full depth, but I know some details. The bullet casings, they had certain words on them.
This dude straight up
it was an assassination pretty much.
What
a full on assassination.
Okay, that's gnarly.
Yeah.
Now I wish
someone has to tell me what happened. Take me day one.
Yeah, we gotta pull this up. Pull up an article or something.
Thank you.
Yeah, he was a younger guy. Is the
he?
CEO? Yeah, he looked like he was
CEO
probably
of what?
United Healthcare.
United Healthcare. Okay.
So
hospitals and junk.
Yep. And
Nailed
junk.
it.
Emphasis on the junk.
Yeah, got it for sure.
So they're still looking for the suspect at the moment. So he got away. Like he shot him.
But they got him on video shooting the guy.
Yes.
It was a straight classic, like dude walked up to him with a hoodie on, this much I have seen, and just was like, bang.
Oh.
Yeah. So what happened was when he went for the gun, it like didn't like, I think he had the safety on or something. Like something happened. And so the guy heard it and turned and then he got shot. So like the guy didn't want him to know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But
You hate that.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
you don't want to. You don't want to lock eyes with the guy you're killing.
Yeah.
You want to shoot him right in the asshole.
That's it.
That's a classic. That's good. I mean,
Yeah.
when I play Assassin's Creed, I hope they never look at me.
Yeah.
Just right up the.
Mm-hmm.
You ever play that game?
No.
I've been playing way too much Pokemon, dude. I got the.
Yeah. You got your little.
Oh my god.
Your little
I'm
bootleg.
nerding out so hard. It.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks.
What kind of Pokemon guy are you? You got red, blue.
So I'm playing Emerald now.
Whew.
This has
Excuse
all
me.
of them.
Yeah.
This literally has all of them. But
Mhm.
first one I ever had was yellow,
Mhm.
which was, I was telling Noah, was red and blue, but on steroids. Because do you know Pokemon at all? So, like in red and blue, you have to pick one of the starters and then you don't get the other two in the game. You just miss out.
Mhm.
In yellow, you just like the anime, you get Pikachu
Mhm.
and you can find all three of them. They're given to you,
Mhm.
a Charmander, a Bulbasaur, and a Squirtle in like the first 3 cities. So you get to have all of them,
Yeah.
which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But Emerald is kind of that. It's the yellow version for Ruby Sapphire.
So you were never you never picked between your first 3.
I ended up going back because they remade red and blue. They made fire red, leaf green, which they just updated the graphics.
Yep.
And then I think they added a second part where you could start catching some of the newer Pokemon after you beat the regular game.
So who you rolling with?
I always choose the fire one mostly because it's hard to find fire otherwise for your party.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously the games usually make it easier if you pick the grass. Like that's always he levels up the fastest.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the first couple gyms are bad to grass, so it's kind of like playing the game on easy at first.
Mm-hmm.
But you always run into this problem in the mid-late game where you need to find a fire Pokemon, and it's really hard to get one.
Yeah.
So if you just have it from the beginning, you can easily catch, because the first thing you run into are like bugs. Like, you can round out the team. And I was telling him I get too nerdy about like making the team cohesive and having all the things covered. So
apparently this whole thing
back to real news.
Yeah, my bad.
So apparently
Pause the
this thing is
Pokemon talk.
about AI being able to like deny people certain benefits on healthcare or something like that.
I did hear about this. I can tell you why that happened.
Yeah, so I think that's part of the reason, but the guy was using a silencer. He's not in New York. They're suspecting anymore. Like he's on the run completely.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 things about that. So first of all, the problem with the AI, so it was AI deciding who gets like certain coverage and stuff, right?
Yes.
So because African Americans historically have not gotten a lot of healthcare, the system said that black people don't need healthcare as much as white people. This is just one of the issues when you run an algorithm, because it goes off of data and the data has no context.
Yeah.
And this is actually what I wanted to talk about in the podcast, which was like everyone was freaking out about AI, but we're learning very quickly that like AI can only do certain things.
So much.
It doesn't understand context. It can only take raw data and process it through like a pattern. So the most common type of AI is a large language model, an LLM. That's what ChatGPT is. It's what Gemini is. It's what I think even technically Midjourney, which is like the one that makes all the pictures. You type in a prompt and it like creates a picture. All it does is scour the internet and then cannibalize all that stuff and then basically print out the most likely like thing associated with those words. So just like on your phone, you know how if you type certain sentences, it'll start to auto-complete it? That's all a large language model is doing. It goes, okay, if you put, I'm going to it's like most likely you're saying store, this, that. That's all it's able to do. It's just able to do that really, 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 really fast, which is why AI does it's what they call hallucinating now, where it starts just saying things that aren't true. Because it doesn't know the concept of truth. It just knows most likely in this sentence, the next thing that comes is this thing. So if you went in on the internet and had a big bot network, so like 100,000 people, and just put like Kaitlin is the GOAT, and you just type, what is Kaitlin? It's going to go back, well, Caitlin's the GOAT.
Let's start doing that. Let's do that. Let's type that into our phones all at once. Go on.
But that's all it can do. It can only take what humans already create and then try to replicate that. So right now, AI is running into this problem that it's generating more. We talked about this, the dead internet theory thing. Like it's generating more content than
Robots.
humans are. Yeah, so it's starting to consume itself, and therefore it's not learning anything anymore. But yeah, a lot of black people are getting screwed over by that algorithm because they're basically denied benefits because the data it's running off of goes like, well, if you are black, you typically don't go to the doctor, so you probably don't need to. You don't go to the doctor because we have a systemic issue giving you like issues to healthcare.
Right.
So, yeah. The other thing, silencers. Do you guys know who Brett Cooper is? Brett Cooper is a YouTube personality for the Daily Wire. Do you know who the Daily Wire is?
No, sorry.
Okay, no.
Dude, I don't know anything.
Do you know who Ben Shapiro is?
Yes.
Ben Shapiro created and runs the Daily Wire. It's a like Republican news outlet thing. And he has all these different shows on there. And Brett Cooper is one of his, it's like his Gen Z show on the Daily Wire.
It's his Noah.
Well, she has her own show though.
My bad.
Yeah, I know. It's confusing.
My bad.
No, she's a little white girl.
Shout out.
Yeah, she's cute. She's funny. Like I like listening to her. But when I watch her, I'm like, it's like basically watching a new version of Fox News. So I kind of take it for what it is. But what's hilarious is because their like sponsorships are so Republican based. She's just doing an ad for silencers, and it's like cute little girl. She's like, the truth is silencers are what's it called? Like legal in all 50 states, and I have the perfect plan. And I'm just like, dude, I would love to see this little girl just bust out like the Hitman.
Oh man,
I was dying because like Louder with Crowder was Steven Crowder was a guy who was kind of on the Daily Wire for a while, and he was sponsored by Beretta, so he always did Beretta gun commercials on his like show. And that's like one thing when it's like a guy, he's a Canadian dude, but he looks like a guy who'd have a gun.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So you're like, okay, that's not too surprising. Even doesn't Tony Hinchcliffe have a gun on? Like he always has like one on the table now too.
Oh yeah, like the golden one, but it has like a flag sticking out of it.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that's actually like it's a sponsor for the show.
Oh,
like I think that's like a Smith and Wesson. And he's like the show's also sponsored by Smith and Wesson type thing. But just I've seen Brett Cooper talk about dog food. I've seen her talk about like steaks that are like shipped to you. And then she's like, "Do you guys need a silencer?" And I'm like, "Bro,
that's very funny.
That is so incredible." I was like, "Dude, I want to buy one now and just be like, hey Brett, thanks so much for my silencer.
Yeah.
My neighbors have been so nice to me recently."
I know she's gonna have a promo code for it. That's crazy. Yeah.
Hey, I love silencers.
Yeah.
This show, we support that.
We sure do.
I want Dude Wipes to be a sponsor.
Yeah.
I legitimately use that product. That product is great.
I was gonna say I pee every single time I come to Jared's house, and he is a supporter of Dude Wipes.
Love him.
He's like, I'm a dude. I need to wipe. Enough said.
We'll also take freeze bongs. Freeze bongs. We love you.
Freeze bongs. I love a product that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Noah's like, we love it here.
Man.
It's a bong you put in your freezer.
Oh yeah? Tell
us
more.
Keeps the smoke cold.
Yeah, okay. I like it. Freeze bongs. Yeah, hit us up.
So you're not just vape specific. You get down with all kinds
of... If I had a freeze bong,
promo code Noah.
Yeah, I've never seen you hit a bong. You've always had your...
They're just not around.
Yeah. Well,
and like I could buy one, but like, I don't know. I feel bad having the smell on me at all times. Like I don't want other people being like, you fucking stoner. Like I'll just be high.
Yeah.
And most bongs are probably like room temperature.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you really want a cold one.
Well, it's harsh on the throat if it's room temperature.
Okay.
Yeah, so cold, it's less harsh on the throat.
Right.
Less smell, actually, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of pros.
Yeah.
You put ice in there.
Yeah, most bongs actually have, you'll notice at the end of the stem, there's like an indentation, so you could drop ice into it. So that way, as you inhale, it takes that hot smoke and cools it by the time it hits you.
Yep, this is a pro silencer, pro bong apparatus.
We love paraphernalia of all kinds. You know?
Who do I want to get sponsored by? Ross. I'm addicted to Ross. I'm addicted to dressing for less. TJ Maxx hit us up. Marshalls, Home Goods. We can be
At least just pay
Maxinistas.
Kaitlin if you're TJ Maxx. She's done a lot of work for you guys.
Yeah.
Just come on.
Yeah.
Send her just one annual check, a cool 20K.
Well, I was gonna talk about something I missed from like the COVID. Like,
oh yeah, go ahead.
Like fresh off of the COVID times, where it was like, what happened? White girl complaint. What happened to just like giving people a wide berth at stores? People are like, oh, you're looking at this exact rack? Let me touch hands with you. And I'm just like, that's crazy, dude. I don't know you. Because it's like ever since COVID, I'm like, I just like, because I'm dumb. If anything's gotten through to you in this podcast, 150 listener guys and girls, shout out. I'm a dumb guy. And so it's like, they were like, hey, you don't want to be right up on people in their breath during COVID. And I was like, I bet you don't. Right. And then so it's like ever since I was like, oh, yeah, I get sick a lot less. I'm like definitely giving people more space. And then it's like you go to the store and it's like everybody has to be right where you're at. I don't know. I don't know if you guys are big shopping in person. You guys are probably more shop online kind of guys.
I just don't go shopping either way a lot.
Yeah.
But
it's Christmas time.
I know. I'm really glad we're doing a white elephant in our family so I don't have to buy something for everybody.
Ooh, is it the first year you guys are doing that?
Yep.
Exciting?
Yeah, I think all of us in our family, like, everyone's doing well. Yeah. If they want something, they buy it. So, like, Christmas always sucks.
You guys have a cap? Like, okay, everybody spends $50.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Wait, were you on that text message?
Well, I bet if you use an awesome promo code, you could probably pick them up. I don't know. A good silencer, a fucking frozen bong, a free freeze bong, Noah.
Yep.
Freeze bong, promo code Noah20 if you want to say.
Oh, you're just making up?
Check it, see if that works.
I like the way you manifest your future. You're
I'm putting it out. I'm doing the work for freeze bong. I'm like, hey, this is what you put, 20% off for our listeners. Thank you. That's all. So yeah, just for your white elephant gift, top of my head. I know that those are really popular.
Hilarious if I gave just a silencer.
As long as you use Brett's promo code.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, hey, Brett loves this one.
Yeah.
And they're like, who?
This is Brett's favorite.
This is Brett's favorite.
It's a really nice model.
It's just so good.
What you're gonna want to do.
It can go on any of your guns.
That's crazy. I don't want to not give respect, though, to the story that you were telling me about how a man tragically lost his life, which I'm not exaggerating. This is the first time I'm hearing about it.
Oh, yeah.
Is there anything else on that?
Well, that's all there is. He was shot over this...
The algorithm thing?
I guess so.
Yeah, it's still going on. They're still trying to figure out pieces of the story. Like, all I could add on is the bullet said, deny, defend, depose.
Whoa.
I feel like that's actually a phrase from a certain organization.
It's critics of the insurance industry or whatever.
Got it. And that's how they've linked him to that movement.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Wow.
Decry, defame, depose?
Deny.
Deny. Oh.
Deny,
defend, depose.
Yeah, that is gnarly.
Yeah. Sorry.
Greg Adams better walk around with a Kevlar vest now.
Wish I knew who that was.
He's the CEO of Kaiser.
You should do that.
I believe cancer got our last CEO.
Yeah. I was at Kaiser this week. I had my only time ever has anybody been like, hey, let's do a checkup. Let's just do your annual checkup. And I was like, damn, dude, am I old? Do I need to start doing checkups? That sucks. But it was cool. I went in and my doctor was like, all right, I'm going to check out your organs and take some deep breaths. And she's like, you don't have to breathe that hard. You have very low body fat. And I was like,
nice.
I was like, what's up? Thank you. I was like, I get so few compliments. I'm just like, really? You think? That's so nice of you. So I was like, what's up? So we did that. And then we did some blood work. And all my blood work is in the normal category. And I was like, dang, I wish I did know, like, if I want the lower end of all the weird things that they test your blood for, or if you want the higher end. I mean, I understand that there's a green zone, which I'm in, but it'll be like crazy big. It's like anything from like 2 to 406 is normal. And I'm like, do I want to be 406? Do I want to be 2? I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. But that happened. Oh, and you know what else happened? I'm so glad we talked about this. I wasn't going to talk about it. Anywho, so I was waiting I wasn't prepared to get my blood drawn. But then where I go to get that, you have to go to a different part of the hospital. Obviously, your doctor doesn't just
You
take
have
it
to go to
from
the
you. Yeah, yeah. So I went to the lab, and so random, this girl that I used to be friends with when I was almost a decade ago, 22, 23, she walked in with, I assume, an older family member that she was with. And we did that thing where we didn't acknowledge each other, and we didn't end on, like, our friendship didn't end or anything. It just was like, oh, we just stopped hanging out. We met at community college. So we had like a class together. Anywho, she was like so petite. She was very, very petite lady. And we were friends, and I was, like, we talked about a lot heavier. Like, and then I was thinking about it. I was like, yo, my heaviest time was my early 20s, I think. But anywho, so I was like a lot heavier. We went to Vegas one time, and her parents put on the scavenger hunt because we were there for her sister's birthday. And they put on the scavenger hunt. So we're walking like up and down it's not called the boulevard, the strip. We were walking up and down the strip, and it's like 106 degrees. And I have always been athletic, even if I'm like heavier.
Fatletic.
I'm fatletic, yeah. And so it's like low fatletic now. Thank you to my doctor and for letting me know that. And low body fat. I'm gonna forget it anyway. And so it was like I would forget it. And then so she was like, she's like a petite person, but like wasn't in shape. And so she was like huffing and puffing and like whatever. And I was like, hey, do you need to take a break? Let's take a break. Like, let's go stand in the shade. Like, let me get you some water. Yeah. And then she's like, how are you not dying? And I was like, even then I never took offense to it, but I was like, ooh, that's kind of tone deaf. I was like, whatever. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. And then so I was like, just taking care of her. Anyway, she's fat now.
Oh,
yeah!
Wow.
What's up? What's up? Let's go back. Run the scavenger hunt back. Run it back. I bet you can't hang at all anymore. So yeah, so we stay hating on this part. I don't even hate. It's genuinely not from a place, but I was like, nice, dude, because I'm definitely 50 pounds down from when you last saw me. My blood work came back like that. What's going on? All greens. Cholesterol, the good ones, I got them. The bad ones, I don't know. It's all green. I don't know. Again, it's a big range, but that happened.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Cool.
Yeah.
Glad you ruined someone's day.
I don't. We didn't acknowledge each other. She might not even remember me, so that's also fine.
Yeah, she might not have even recognized you because you're so thin now.
I know. I was like, I was standing sideways. I might have just disappeared, honestly.
Damn,
dude.
Damn.
I did actually. I wanted to, if it's okay, ask Noah about the UFC. And like girls do UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are the girl weight classes?
So there's 115, 125, and 135. There used to be 145, but I think they cut it.
There's no heavyweight for girls?
That's 145.
145 is I will never be able to be a heavyweight at 145 is crazy. Yeah. That's such a bummer for me because I was like, man, maybe I'll do that.
It's 140. I don't get it when you say that.
Oh, because that's small. Like, that's so tiny. So Jared and I, we're pretty tall. We're like, what, 5'7", 5'8" on a good posture day?
You're tall because you're a woman.
Yeah. So
I'm short because I'm a man.
So Jared's tall for a woman. That's good.
Well, that's 145, but those girls are cutting from like 165, 170.
Oh, okay. So you're telling me if
their natural weight is around 165, 170, and they cut
obviously
down.
Because they must have low body fat that their doctor must have told them. Okay. Okay. So you're telling me that they cut.
They cut a lot of water weight. It's mainly water weight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we could start doing that. Will you train me for UFC?
Fucking let's go.
Do you think 32 is a realistic age to get involved in such a thing?
No.
Makes me want to do it that much harder. No, this one girl came up in my algorithm.
Kaitlin does look like she has a good chin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But I feel like I'm scrappy. I don't know. I've never been in a situation. Luckily, that's a point of privilege. Dang.
I feel like you have a bad nose for fighting though.
I have a very small, it's getting bigger. Because I think, is this true?
It just looks like it could be broken easily. That's what I mean.
Probably.
It's like it's not a bad. I'm not trying to shit on your face.
Probably.
I'm just saying that like.
Please don't.
And you're gonna say something dumb like that.
You said something dumb.
No, because I want to be clear because we're talking to the internet that I'm not like saying like you have a fucked up nose.
Jared thinks I'm ugly. This just in. Go on, Jared.
No, I just look at your nose and I'm like, man, someone catches the end of your nose,
Probably.
it's totally gonna snap.
You should see my mom's nose.
Yeah.
If you think that my nose is fragile, my mom legitimately, this is something that stuck with her. She says it all the time, but she was like, this boy at school when she was a kid, a long time ago, she was like, they said, your nose looks like a ski jump for ants.
Oh.
And so she says that all the time, but she does kind of look like a little who-ish.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's like my dad has like a big, strong nose. And so I have a nice mix of both of them.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like.
It's an aesthetically nice nose. It's not
Thank
one
you
want to.
I like my
It's just
nose.
not one you want to catch a fade.
I like that, like it's supposed to get bigger, right? Or is that just a myth?
I don't know.
No, they say like your nose and your mouth and your ears like never stop growing.
That makes no sense. I bet what happens is as you get older, the collagen in the rest of your face goes away, so your face becomes more gaunt, giving the illusion that your nose and your ears are bigger because they're cartilage. That makes a lot more sense, and I just thought of that right now.
As I become more gaunt, I like my nose more and more. Like the bigger it looks, the more I like it. And it's funny because like, so my brother will chaperone me. Shout out to Chase. He won't watch the podcast. I was like, bro, we just did 150. Imagine how many episodes, like how many.
Imagine being 151.
Exactly. I was like, if you would just listen, I was like, and you could listen up to 3 times. You don't have to, but whatever. Anyway, he chaperones me when Max isn't available. My husband Max, when he's not available, to chaperone me.
Didn't you once say you live like a Muslim?
Yeah. I am obsessed. I think he's so funny, and he's just like. You know what I really like? Actually, well, I'm going to get really mushy, and I did have more UFC content to talk about. Sorry, Toothless Dan. But I'm going to get mushy, but it's like I fuck heavy with people who big up you behind your back. That's why I feel so strongly about you, because you're the first person to, like, never once complimented me to my face, but
would never.
But it would come up from, like, other comics that they're like, oh, no, Jared went to bat for you on this and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, so sorry, I stopped being mushy, but Iman tells my husband what a good job I did, and that's makes me laugh every single time, and I think it's very nice. Anywho, when my brother chaperones
you changed
me,
that. That's crazy for anywho. Damn, you're like in
crazy.
Double digits on anywho's on this podcast right now.
And I still have to do the that's crazy count, and I'm not doing a bit. I genuinely say that, and now I get so annoyed. In real life, I say it so much, and I'm just like, that's crazy. When my brother chaperones me, people often mistake him for my husband because I'm doing husband stuff a lot.
Got it.
So now whenever he does chaperone me, I have to call it out in the room immediately. He gets so uncomfortable if people think he's my husband, which is not something I'm super comfortable with. I love Game of Thrones, not that much, dude. But no Lannister or, Targaryen business up in here. So sorry, I know you don't really. I thought you thought it was mid, but I have to shout it out that he's my brother, so I'll do a joke about that to like whatever. And I think even Iman, but a lot of times people are like, oh yeah, you're the brother or sister. And it's just like, yeah. And he's like, you guys look a lot alike. I was like, same mom and dad, dude. It's crazy. And then my brother's like, oh damn, I didn't realize you had such a big nose. He's like, I thought you had a small nose because my dad and my brother have strong noses.
Nice.
So I think I could do the UFC, and Noah thinks that I could drop 20 pounds and then start fighting people at 32.
It's way more possible than you would think.
It took me a really long time to lose 50 pounds. So it's like the idea of doing like another almost half of that.
Where's the desire to fight another woman, though?
I mean, that's always been in me.
Really?
It doesn't have to be women. We can fight whoever.
You just want to fight people?
Mm-hmm. I mean, no, I don't want to. I like knowing that if I could, though, that makes me feel powerful.
Got it.
Yeah. But this girl came up in my algorithm. I think her name, I'm going to butcher it. Is she something? But she's like this small Asian lady, and she's a doctor. And so she like hid it from her parents that she does
I think
UFC.
I've heard of this. I think I've heard of this young lady because she won recently, didn't she?
Yeah, she's
I know who you're talking about.
She wears glasses, like thick glasses and stuff.
Yeah.
And
and she's a doctor, and it's just the cutest thing that she like kept it from her parents. And so it recently came up for me, like her parents watching her fight, and she fucking kicks ass. Anyway,
Yeah, because she said something like, she's like, I don't see very well, but in the octagon, I am the one. I am the, that was great.
She's like, yeah, there were a lot of opportunities for me to like knock out my opponent. And she's like, but I'm too merciful. I was like, dude, I fucking love her. It's like, that's how I want to be.
Yeah,
you know?
she literally said like, most fights that I'm in, I shouldn't do that. Most fights that I'm in, like,
we're just
don't want to do what?
I was being very accurate. She said that most fights that I'm in, she like gives mercy, but she knew she had to like show off, so she knocked the chick the fuck out.
Yeah.
That's so badass.
Yeah.
And nice. Like I've never heard it. And she was like, I don't have enough testosterone.
Yeah.
How to say it like that?
Yeah. We love a self-aware, like, kick-ass lady. You
know?
Oh
yeah, no, it is very funny. Like when you watch the interview, she is really like the duality of woman. Like she's such a savage in there, and then she's very demure, like outside of it, which is very funny. And then to find out that she's a doctor, it's like, yeah, she knows like how to like basically tickle your kidney.
Well, I was thinking too, and then I was thinking about the comedian who was also a doctor, the guy from The Hangover.
Ken Jeong?
Yeah, he's so funny. But it's just like, I don't know. I think that's crazy. It's like cool because it's like, not until very recently was I like, this is what I want to do. And look at us now doing it.
It's terrifying. Our doctors don't want to be doctors.
I didn't even think about that. And maybe they're lying to you and you don't actually have low body fat. That sucks.
I like how you immediately turn that into something about your results.
Call back to when my doctor said that.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Stoked on that. Well, you know how long I went to the doctor and they were like, you're going to die? They were like
30 years.
Yeah, 31 years. They were like, you're too heavy. And I was like, all right, I'll do something about it. And then I showed up one time. They're like, let's take her blood now. Anywho. Dang. I said it again. Forgot it.
Forgot what?
Whatever I was going to say.
I had to move closer because the sun was like right in my face.
No, we're doing it like midday.
We normally do it around this time. I don't know. It's probably just the time of year. Did you ever watch Jersey Shore? Yeah, it must be the time of year.
I watched all of the Jersey Shore.
Must be the time of year.
Oh!
I did say that for a while. That was like a legit. Like I just loved what a throwaway excuse that was. Hilarious, especially when people didn't ever watch Jersey Shore, so they were like, "What?"
Yeah,
like you don't get it.
Yeah,
you don't understand. My favorite, Pauly D had my favorite like joke on there when he called up one of the girls to go to the club or whatever. He's like, "I met the most beautiful girl last night at that club, and I wanted to see if she wanted to come out. I thought you could come too."
No, he's very, very funny.
Yeah, he's like a DJ now.
No, he was a DJ when he started. He's always been DJ Pauly Del Vecchio. Hello. But he started as that, but he's very, very funny. He's very
they all were.
Vinny is a stand-up now.
Is he good?
Yeah, well, I anticipate he's also very funny, especially like their duo is very funny, but like he fully transitioned into stand-up comedy. Yeah, like we all did at one point of our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for them.
I love the Jersey Shore.
It was a lot of fun. It was the only reality TV show that I actually enjoyed. Like I would watch because being Italian, it was pretty funny. Like, it was funny to like just see the worst version of my people. Like, oh, this is.
Were you ever that tan?
Oh yeah, I was a lifeguard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I've been so like dark before. Like I look like Brazilian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could show you pictures like when I was like 14,
Brazilian?
15. What?
That was one time I was like, what do they speak in Brazil? Brazilian? And then
Portuguese.
Yeah, that is actually the answer.
Yeah.
That's all. But I just came from the nail salon, and I love my nail salon because it's got like a that's them. And then so anyway, they have like a very like, their aesthetic is like bare bones, and I like that about them. They're like no frills. They always put on something weird. Like they always put on like some random YouTube movie that you've never heard of.
Okay.
Right now they're on a Baywatch kick.
Nice.
Where they're just letting all the Baywatches play. Did you know there was did you ever see Baywatch?
No. Like never spent a full episode.
Except for the last 2 times I've been to the nail salon because that's how many episodes there are, 2 weeks in between. There's a Baywatch Hawaii. The star is Jason Momoa.
Oh, that makes sense.
So right before I'm getting here, I'm just watching I've never seen a young Jason Momoa. And then I'm just like, he has like the same eyebrows and all that because he's like such a much like a Noah version of Jason Momoa now. like a much skinnier guy.
I see. You're really on the roasting today.
Am I?
Everyone's catching strays tonight.
I really never mean them as that. I really am just trying to be descriptive.
Yeah, just trying to be accurate.
Yeah,
that's why Noah's so good at roasting, because I'll say people's names and he'll be confused and I'm like, skinny Jew. He goes, oh.
Undefeated Noah.
He just knows people by their race and body type.
Oh, that sounds so bad. It's just image. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like the name is hard, I feel like.
Yeah, there's so many names. There's only like a handful of races.
But so exactly.
That's evil laughter. That's so funny. Some of those old shows were really, really good though. I had a friend get me into MASH. MASH is so good.
Wasn't there a Bradley Cooper version of MASH?
I don't know.
Or is that A-Team? That might be A-Team.
Might have been the A-Team.
My bad.
That's okay.
Like Monster
No,
Mash?
I'm sorry. That was
No,
unacceptable.
MASH is MASH is an acronym meaning a military hospital in a war zone.
Oh, shit.
You have to look it up. It's like military something
What does
something
MASH
hospital.
stand for? Mashed potatoes. Big potato guy myself.
Are you now?
How do you feel about the potato?
I like it.
Yeah, I
Big
like it
fan of potatoes.
mashed. I like it baked. I like French fries out of it. Waffle cut fries.
It's just feeling like a deleted scene in Forrest Gump.
Potatoes au gratin. What are we talking about?
He trying to figure
Does
out
he love potatoes?
who.
Forrest Gump.
No, there's that scene where he.
They do shrimp, right?
Yeah,
Bubblegum shrimp.
yeah.
I've eaten there.
Mobile Army Surgical Hospital.
There you go. Mobile Army Surgical.
Oh, because they're in a van, right?
They're not in a van.
Okay.
No, they're.
That's the A-Team, I think.
That is that. Yeah, that is the A-Team. You're very much on the A-Team right now.
Yeah, yeah.
No, MASH was about two surgeons, Hawkeye, Colonel Hawkeye, and Honeycutt, and it's a comedy that takes place during the Korean War. You're only watching their like hijinks when they're not being doctors, and it's such a fun show because the first season's very lighthearted. Like there's the Koreans they just can't seem to bomb them. They never hit them. So they actually take bets on how close they get to like a certain, like they almost like made like a fake ammo depot and the whole company like makes a bet of like how close this one bomber, and they talk about this guy's clearly blind. Like I guess like a blind Korean bomber who comes across and he either gets 50 yards, 25 yards away from this thing and everyone exchanges money. And it's like, oh, this is so much fun. And they're always drunk. They learned how to make their own gin. They're always drinking like gin tonics and just always fucking with each other.
Yeah.
There's like one surgeon who's got like a stick up his ass and they just like make fun of him all the time.
Yeah.
But he's like sleeping with one of the other female army officers, everyone they call hot lips. It was the 70s. No, it was the 70s. It was fun. But what's great,
Can't make shows like that anymore.
but here's what's great about the show is the whole time you forget that they're doctors and like you're like, oh, they're just like guys in the army who never have to do anything. And then they show an episode of what their like day is like, and it shows them like taking care of young kids, trying to remove legs. It's like really intense. And then it like recontextualizes the whole show where you're like, oh, these guys are like goofing around all the time because they need to decompress from how shitty the war is.
Yeah.
And then from then on the show becomes like, and they don't change anything tonally. They just add this episode in and then go back to like this like,
that's cool.
and you're like, oh, like it all like makes way more sense. And you're like, yeah, this is how people would cope with like the intensity of it. Because like the end of the show is really sad. This lady has to kill her own baby to save everybody because the base gets invaded and the baby's crying and she has to like stuff it out.
And all I can think about is your lady from improv is like her doing that scene.
My baby.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, it's a great show. Really good show.
I pity the fool.
Stay on it.
On the A-Team.
Stay on the A-Team.
I've never seen the A-Team either. So yeah, so then everything is just one thing in my mind. You decompress. What does that look like? I'm so curious. I had not thought about that before.
What does decompress look like for me?
Yeah, because it's different. It's different for everybody, right?
Sure.
Probably.
Yeah.
But then some people are probably the same.
I don't know. I like to be alone a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always been like that?
I guess so.
Or as you get older and you're like, people kind of stink.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, I definitely am coming into that.
Yeah.
They're not giving me space at TJ Maxx.
Got to figure that out.
Yeah. So you like to be alone? What do you do when you're alone?
What I like about being alone is I don't have to like worry about other people. When
Right?
I'm with, I like to be with other people, but it's very taxing for me.
Mm.
I don't think I ever talked about it with you or like on this show, but like a big breakthrough for me growing up was realizing that it's not my job to make sure that everyone in the like room is having fun, which I think as an oldest,
I was gonna say oldest child.
yeah, you get that.
Mhm.
I remember, I mentioned her on the last podcast, Jordan. The first time I ever realized like it's okay to like not entertain somebody was like we went to Tahoe together and I was like talking to her. She drove and I was talking to her the whole way up. And then like on the way back, I just ran out of shit to say. And I got one of the 3 times in my life I've ever gotten anxiety. So I was like, oh shit, like I'm not like, what am I? Oh fuck. Like I have to entertain this woman. Like she's driving me to and from thing. And then I realized like she didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
She was just driving and I was like, I had nothing to say. And I'm like, oh, this is okay. It's fine. I can just sit here. And it was like, I was 25. First time in my life. I'm like, oh, I don't have to like do that. Yeah. I definitely went through like I think the other thing when you're the oldest too, because obviously my brother was born when I was 3. So from like the age of 0 to 3, like I had my mom's like undivided attention and because she stayed at home. So like we did everything together. And then my brother was born. And all of a sudden my attention was like cut in half.
Yeah.
And I think I learned how to cope with that as a kid by being interesting and being funny and like doing stuff. So that's where all that stemmed from. It was like my mom will not pay attention to me, which is not true, but it's like 3-year-old brain. Like my mom will not pay attention to me unless I'm doing something funny or interesting.
Yeah.
And then that just stems into all this other shit.
Yeah.
And then you learn like, oh, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I still fight it to this day at like this age. Like my I can't think of the word right now. Instinct. My instinct is to like, if you guys are hanging out, it's like I feel responsible for making sure y'all are having fun.
Yeah.
And so like being alone is just the time I don't feel responsible for anybody. So I'm not even doing anything interesting. It's just I just feel this great sense of relief that I'm like, I don't owe anybody shit right now.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to. And when people hang out with me too long, like I have like a 4-hour like cutoff. If I'm hanging out with anybody past like the 4-hour mark, like I start to get really irritable because it's just like I have no mental break from like this person.
Yeah.
And obviously at this age now, it's I'm better at it, but again, it's like I have to actively fight that impulse.
Of course.
To like do a song and dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. But just kind of watch YouTube videos, scroll on TikTok, play
Get
Pokemon.
your conspiracy on.
Yep.
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 What about you?
Ugh, I don't even understand the question. What?
How do you cope?
With what?
Whatever. I don't know. That's how it felt when you asked me the question.
Probably mad.
There was no context to it. Just, how do you cope?
No, because you're talking about MASH. And you're talking about how they decompress. And I was like, oh, Jared has to decompress. I wonder what that looks like.
Yeah, I mean,
because you're not,
I used to drink a lot.
Legs all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to drink a lot. Like, never was an alcoholic, but like liked to drink often.
Yeah.
And then took mushrooms and then lost that like. I used to really like it. Thing was I could always go without alcohol, but like I always got excited if it was gonna be at a place.
Yeah.
So I wasn't ever a guy who like drank by himself or anything like that. But like I used to be like, oh dude, yeah, I can't wait to go to this thing because I'll get to drink.
Yeah.
And then blasted my brain out on mushrooms and was like, I just don't have that like, oh, I need this anymore. Which I hear is pretty common.
Which makes sense with what you're talking about, right? Where it's like this feeling like this need, which I completely relate to. And I'm sure most people who decide to like try to tell funny stories about their lives and get room full of strangers to laugh at it. I'm sure we all kind of do this. I need to do a song and dance. Because I've already talked about that I don't do well with just getting attention for not doing anything.
Same.
Yeah. I'm always like, I got to earn it. Then I can feel, then I'm allowed to feel good about it. So that makes sense what you're saying about like, oh, you have a drink, you're a little less, what is it? Your inhibitions are lowered.
Yeah, I don't feel definitely.
I don't feel as song and dancey.
Yeah, even though I think I end up being, but it's more of just like I'm just feeling good.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's funny. By the time I came around to stand up too, it was more of like just to see how far I could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, I'd done the acting thing. Like I think I'd proven to myself that I could do entertainment at like a professional level. Mm-hmm. And I don't even know that I necessarily missed performing, but it was something that I always wanted to try. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, well, why not now?
Yeah.
And then like that, it becomes fun. Mm-hmm. And then I rolled into it. But even even at this point, I'm like, oh, what's the next hurdle? Like, what do I actually want to do now? Because first it was like get booked, and you get that, and you get used to doing that, and it's like, okay, well, I got to find. You do got to create a new goalpost, otherwise you just get bored.
Yeah.
Like, again, doing the last spot at the G is not. I do it because I love dying there. Yeah. I think it's fun. And it's especially fun to watch everyone else. Like the audience you got to perform to was way different than what I got to perform to. And that happens every time I go there. And I'm like, this is great. I think this is kind of fun. I deserve this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I see people now that are like, they want to have a special. They want to be a headliner. And I don't think I've ever necessarily had that drive. Like, I want to keep getting better. And if that is what comes, cool.
Yeah.
But I can't bring myself to drive towards it.
Yeah.
Like at the expense of everything else going on in my life.
That makes sense. That just is like a well-rounded probably take on it. So it's like, so you have your next goalpost.
I think my next goalpost might be to have a solid 20.
Yeah. I've been working in like time increments. That's the thing too, is it's like, if I laid my jokes out, I have time, but it's a matter of like getting up there and remembering the order you wanted to do it. And then like all the little like riffs you have for each one, and then not looking at your phone. I get so scolded about that from Max, my husband, at open mics. He's like, I forget how he told it to me the other day, but it was like, your presentation is bad when you look at your phone. And I'm like, I just wrote it. I don't even remember what I said, but yeah.
And it is hard. I mean, again, when you're at an open mic, like, there are some nights that I think it should be that. Like, you're just looking to see if what you wrote down is even funny.
Yeah.
But
like, do I need to spend any more of my brain time on this idea, or is this idea not it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is hard to determine. But also, I think everyone's solving for different things. Like, you're very much a writing comic, in my opinion. Like, you're...
What are the other options?
I'm like me. I'm very riff style. I'd rather have half an idea.
Yeah.
I don't need it to be perfectly... like laced out before I bring it out. I actually would rather have like idea like, oh, this is fun to talk about, and then create the joke by doing it like 6-7 times and then maybe putting it together. Because even when I do write jokes that work right out the gate, I don't get a big hit off of that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, that just worked. It's kind of more fun to construct it than it is to have it. For me anyway. But also the other thing I always think I'm working on too is I want to feel comfortable with nothing on stage.
Wow.
That's kind of my goal. Like, anytime I have to go to my material, I actually kind of feel like I failed. I'm like, I had to go to the safety stuff.
Every time I remember my material, I'm like, win. I was like, nice, you did it. You did it again.
I don't know. Do you feel like you have a good memory?
I don't know.
I feel like I have a weirdly good memory.
Yeah.
That was one thing that really helped with acting. I could learn lines really fast.
Yeah.
If I used to just, it was always great if I was doing a role that someone else had already done and was recorded. Because if I just watched it or listened to it like 3 or 4 times, I could remember everybody's lines.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's sick. Because I would watch other actors really struggle to remember their lines. And even then, I did that small project like a couple of weeks ago. I read the script 4 or 5 times, like 20 minutes before we did it. And then was like, it just sinks in. And so I was like, oh, that's cool. So when it comes to memorizing my own material, it's usually not too difficult for me. Unless, of course, I like drank too much or I smoked weed or,
that'll
like,
do something to it.
That'll always mess you up.
Yeah.
But assuming I'm like sober and I've like actually like feel good about it, usually it's in there.
Yeah. You're also probably not using a premium quality product like Freeze Bong, which promo code NOAH20. If you want to save 20% off your Freeze Bong.
That would be incredible because people are going to put that in there and it's going to go denied.
I hope let's clip it and let's send it to them, Noah. We'll be the aggressors as it comes to our sponsorships.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you. You're the best.
What else is on your mind? What's been going on?
I was going to show you a YouTube short, but I don't know about how licensing works, so we probably won't do that. But I will definitely do it once we're done here.
Okay. We could probably record something separately, and then if it works or I can figure out how to do it, I can just splice it in, or it could be its own little video. That might be something fun to do. Let us know in the comments if you'd want other types of content on the page, because we can have all of the podcast episodes as a playlist on there, and then just like, again, we talked about shared experiences. Like if we wanted to like vlog something like that, it could live on a separate playlist, but on the same page. I don't know how that would affect the algorithm for people finding us, but could be fun.
Let us know. Let us know who should be our sponsors.
Or go back to a few episodes ago if you want us to react to a movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, have you seen Wicked yet?
Yes.
You did get to see it.
I just don't want to talk about Wicked every week. I think I've talked about Wicked the last, 4 weeks in a row.
Okay, I haven't gotten to see it yet.
Okay. What do you want me to do about that? Have you seen the musical?
What do you want
me to do? I don't want to spoil it.
No, I don't care about spoilers. I just know that you wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Ronnie has seen it 3 times.
The movie already?
Yeah, everyone I know has seen it. And so I was like, man, I got to watch this thing. Like,
yeah, Ronnie should take you to go see it a 4th time.
This was the funniest thing. She'd watched it 2 or 3 times, and then I'm like, oh, I think I'm going to go watch Wicked. She's like, you're going to watch it without me? And I was like, you literally watched it without me 3 times. What are we talking about? That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. We could go see. I said that to Max because Max ended up going with me because I don't have any girlfriends anymore. But Max ended up going with me. He was being really nice. We got my fromos at our brunch spot before. I was 1 promo in, and I was like, there's nothing about this movie you're going to like. I was like, you're not going to like a single part of it. He's like, Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah.
That's the name?
Goldblum, yeah.
Blum?
I believe it's Goldblum.
My bad. Excuse me, Jeff. He was like, no, Jeff's in it. And then I was like, you just pretend it. Whenever he's on, you just pretend it's Jurassic Park. He's like, that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, no, he doesn't like for me to say that he liked it, but he did like it. And I'm
hearing everybody liked it. I don't even think it's a knock on you as a very tough, straight dude to be like, I like this movie.
Obviously, very tough, very straight, very dude. Yeah, no, but I made him watch
Max too.
Yeah, well, I was talking about me, but yeah, no, we watched In the Heights. It's a Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I know what that is.
Excuse my fucking bad.
It's his first project.
Well, yeah.
Before Hamilton.
That he wrote, yeah. Anywho,
go toe to toe with me about theater. Let's do it.
Oh, okay, so you do like musicals? Excuse me.
I
do like musicals.
I don't care for them, but I worked in that.
Musicals.
I unfortunately was a musical theater person. I don't look like it, but that was what I was booked for. Yeah. I didn't get any of the singing parts.
So you've seen. I'm so sorry because I already forgot. You told me you saw Wicked the musical. I
have not seen Wicked on Broadway. No.
No. Did you read the book?
No.
Yo, I thought I remembered the book wrong. I didn't.
They changed some stuff?
Dude. Then, check this out.
How do you feel about that? Are you mad about that?
Yo, I was very obsessed with The Wizard of Oz when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we'll take it back there. I was Dorothy. I was the Wicked Witch. Those were all of the Halloween costumes I did that were pertained to
Was
those
her
two.
name always Elphaba? Even in Wizard of Oz, or did she not have a name back then?
If I'm not mistaken, Wizard of Oz is written first. Noah could look it up. Then you know it. Is written first, and then
Hey, could you do me a favor? Stop Snapchatting that girl you ghosted and do your job.
Don't put Noah on the spot. He's making plans. He's just getting us all tickets to see Wicked as a family so that we can react to it and vlog it at the same time. I put that out to Max. I was like, wouldn't it be funny? Did I tell you this too? Sorry if I did. But I was like, we should take Noah and Jared to brunch and get fromos.
I think after you told us about it, we were like, that would be fun to watch.
We should go
do this ritual with Kaitlin.
Yeah. We could go do Wicked. So don't see it though with other people. And then
okay.
Yeah. And then so we could. That would be. Tell me if that's only exciting for me in the comments.
No, I think we would all have fun. I think that'd be funny.
And I know Wicked is big in the algorithm, or maybe just mine because
no, it is. We just got another 50 views by talking about this thing.
So in Wicked,
It's new. The name.
What's new?
Name Elphaba. It was traded for. Yeah.
That's from the book. Her name is
for the
Elphaba.
novel.
Yeah. So Oz.
That was my question. Was in Oz? Did she have a name, or was she just
in the Wizard of Oz? I don't believe so.
Yeah, no.
No, she was just the Wicked Witch of the West, and then her sister was the Wicked Witch of the East, and then Glinda was Glinda. And anywho,
wasn't she the North Witch?
She is the Good Witch of the South. Noah, maybe on the internet, I believe.
That's a little interesting. The Good Witch of the South.
I believe she's the good. I believe she's the good. 100%. I think she's the Good Witch from the South.
Listen here, darling.
If I'm not,
you gotta
which
click
honestly,
them heels together.
You've seen The Wizard of
home?
Oz.
I have.
Max hasn't. So whenever I talk about it,
oh man, well you gotta.
And he liked Wicked, but he doesn't like for me to say that he liked it. But here's how I know he liked it. He went to the bathroom.
Are you talking about Glinda?
Glinda.
Yeah.
South?
Yeah, South.
Dang, she's a Southern woman.
What up, algorithm? I know my stuff. Anyway, Max went to the bathroom when we saw Wicked. And when he came back, he said, what did I miss? And then I was like, I told him so many things that had happened. It was
that didn't happen?
No, that did happen. I was like, all these things happened.
What happened? The CEO of United Healthcare got shot. No, in the movie.
Breaking news. Yeah. No, but it's a 3-hour film.
Yeah, that's what's kept me from just up and watching it myself. Is that I'm like,
yeah, it's 3 hours.
Yeah, the times I can watch it,
yeah,
it's gonna already be like 8 o'clock at night, and I'm like, I don't know that I want to. Do that.
Yeah, we could still get Fromos though, because Fromos aren't brunch specific. We could get them at any time.
I'm supposed to see my mom tonight. Maybe I can convince her to go with me, and we can still watch it. You've already watched it once.
Okay.
That way we can both have a.
That's okay, Miss Camacho. If you want to, Mrs. Camacho.
Yeah, she's married.
Mrs. I don't know when those are, so I just want to make sure I'm doing the right one. If you want to go do that,
Mrs. This is what's messed up. It's Mrs. when you're married because it's a possessive.
Because it's Mr. S. That's how it's spelled.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I bet you. Ooh, maybe it used to be Misters. Like I belong to this person.
Yeah. Like Mr. Upstairs.
Yeah, Mr. Upstairs, comma.
Apostrophe. Got there? Is it?
Hey, that when a comma's living good.
It's the upstairs comma.
It's upstairs. Hey, penthouse comma. That's like a Theo Von bit.
I'm obsessed for anybody to say that.
An apostrophe is just a
upstairs comma.
Upstairs comma. That comma doing well, baby.
That's a comma that
Praise
lives on
God.
That's a comma that's living on the second floor.
Hey man, I knew this one guy.
So Oz is, so when they came up with that title, me just jumping back and you're like, oh, I want to riff some more. We can riff some more. No. Okay. So anyway, Oz, he got the idea, whoever wrote it, some guy, was like, when you do alphabetical, like a filing cabinet,
okay,
like A through G, O-Z.
Okay.
Oz. So Alphaba, which people aren't really talking about this in the algorithm, but when I first learned about it, because I was like, my mom took me to see Wicked, the play, when I was little, which was kind of scary. And then I read the book, and I found this lady on the internet. I love her. I'm so sorry I cannot remember your name. And I don't even know how to look that up because Wicked isn't on everything. But she broke down the whole book in like 2 hours on YouTube. She broke down the whole book.
Oh, I thought you said wrote down the whole book.
She broke down the whole book, and I was like, yo, I must have just been such like a horny kid to remember the book this way. And this lady was like, nah, dude, that's how it was. The book is very adult, and my mom for sure did not read it.
But between the two witches?
There's a piece, but there's other stuff.
I don't, when you say there's a piece, I don't know what that means.
There's a piece. Maybe they kiss. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
In the book, not in the musical.
It's a queer book.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, in the original book, they say there's like a lot of confusion to like what gender Elphaba is in the book itself.
Got it.
None of this is in the play, right? And then so it's like if you watch that lady for 2 hours break down the book, you're like, whoa, they just took like the names from the book, and I'm pretty sure that's it, and that they go to college together. That's about it.
Got it. Okay. So the film is quite a departure from the book and the stage play.
The film is very true to the play.
Got it.
The play is a big departure from the book.
Cool.
Yeah, which is probably why people...
Well, this explains why Ariana Grande and what's her name?
Cynthia Erivo?
Cynthia Erivo are like basically,
I don't know if that's how
rubbing
you
each other off every interview.
Well, I think it's, it's so... Again, they announced it like during the pandemic. They've been working on it for several years. And
you said it right.
Thank you. I've only read it. It's one of those things where I've only read something, but I don't know how if you pronounce it. If I pronounce it bad, thank you, Noah. I don't even ask him to look him up. He's the best producer a girl could ask for, and a guy, and a guy.
Oh,
girl.
and also it's Lehman Frank Baum.
Yes, that wrote it.
Yeah.
Elphaba was it's like alphabetical Alphaba. But it's also like her name is derivative of his name. So that name that you just said, Elf something guy. Lee Baum something.
Lehman.
Yes. There's like pieces of his name is her name, Elphaba. It's like a call to him. The guy who wrote the play.
Is it an anagram? Is it the same letters mixed up differently?
That's a crazy word to throw at me, but I don't know.
I told you what it was.
I forgot the part that I was talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's my fault. So another thing is that Wicked, the whole play is like 3 hours and the whole first part is 3 hours. Again, very true to the, you're talking about their relationship. I think that's a genuine friendship and I like it and I'm in support of it. And I think that, and that's the thing, what's crazy too, is that the lore around the film, Wicked.
The Wicked film?
Ariana Grande is dating SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So the actor who originated SpongeBob SquarePants on stage, they're dating. He plays Bach, who is like, he's obsessed with Glinda. With her
is that
character.
how they met?
That's how they met.
On the set of Wicked.
You don't know the lore. Yeah, so.
No, I should.
Yeah.
I don't.
They met, and then it was like a big drama. Go on. You gonna say?
Yeah, so it comes from his initials, LFB, Elphaba.
Is that an anagrammal thing that you said?
No, I believe an anagram is when Noah, check me on this. It's basically if my name, so my name's Jared, an anagram would be like you mix my name up and I go under a different but I'm using all the same letters.
A word, phrase, or name formed by rearranging the letters of another, such
like
as
Voldemort.
cinema formed to Iceman.
Yes, exactly.
Like
that
Voldemort
is an anagram.
and Tom Riddle.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? Anywho, I think that they are very close. And so anyway, there's like a lot of like drama around Ariana Grande when that happened because she divorced her husband during the filming. And then also Ethan Slater, who plays SpongeBob SquarePants, and Bach. He'd separated and divorced his wife, and he has like a very young, like a 1 or 2 year old baby.
Yeah, the woman who wrote a song called "Break Up with Your Boyfriend Because I'm Bored." We're really surprised that she did that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, and that's the thing too, is like I'm big on like we don't actually know. I don't know when, we have no idea when any of these people actually separated. We just know when like stuff gets filed and whatever. But yeah, so it's just like I think both. And also, I guess Ariana Grande is like obsessed with Wicked, like the musical. So she was very like,
yeah, she's been doing a lot of crying on this press tour.
I guess she like kept the film very accurate. Like she was like big on vocalizing, like, hey, we can't cut this piece. Like this is central to the storytelling. Which actually, again, it's like I'm just kissing the film's ass at this point. But it's like I understand the story of the play so much better from seeing the first half of the movie. Just because it's like they really kind of like they dive into things that they just kind of touch on. Like, yeah. And as a kid, when I see Wicked, I'm not paying attention to that. I want to hear Popular Again, which is a song that they sing.
Oh, that's from Wicked.
Yeah, that's from Wicked. Yeah. I'm so excited for you to see it with your mom later.
Well, we'll see what happens. We don't have any set plans, but yeah, she asked me to come.
That's nice, though. You just schedule like mother and son time.
Well, the way my mom does it is like she's got like 1 or 2 ways to try to hang out with me. She'll either just take a picture of food and go, "Oh man, I made too much,"
sick,
which means like come over and eat this food, which is always fun to be like, "Man, that sucks."
Yeah.
And then like the next day, she's like, "Still have a lot of that soup."
Ugh.
Yeah, and I'm like,
that you love from your childhood.
Yeah, you gotta figure that out, Ma. I don't do that too much anymore, but no. Today she just goes, your dad's working late, so that's happening.
Yeah, I
like,
got free evening.
And I go, yeah, okay, yeah, so I'll come by, and then she hearts it immediately.
Aww.
I'm like, okay, yeah, sounds good.
We love her.
I love my mom.
Yeah, I do too.
I also love fucking with my mom. It's funny.
Do what?
I love fucking with my mom.
Yeah,
because
fucking with. Yeah, it's just.
I was pretty clear. Yeah,
I didn't hear it. I heard it too fast, so I just slowed it down.
I think your brain's just in,
I was thinking
lesbian land.
I was thinking about Wicked, the book, and the book is twisted, dude. Anyway, I felt very like validated when this lady was like, "This is all the crazy shit that happened in the book." I was like, "Dude, I didn't make that up. That's sick. I'm so happy about that."
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet. We've hit some big stuff for the algorithm today. We hit Wicked. We were talking about something else earlier. I can't remember what it was.
An assassination.
The shooting.
Ah, that's right. That's a good one. I thought there was another thing that we hit up as well.
Try to talk about the UFC a little bit. There's a pay-per-view coming up this weekend. Yep, if anyone cares. Alexandre Pantoja against Kai Asakura His first fight in the UFC.
Wow.
Dude.
Those are fun names.
Who are those people?
They're flyweights that no one know about.
Should we pay for the pay-per-view? Should we watch it as a family? And should we react to it?
Oh, we should. Watching the fights with Noah is very funny.
I would love.
He gets so into it because he usually has, big money, like $7-8 on a fight.
Damn.
And he loses his shit. He's like fucking ripping his stiz. And he's like, you gotta be fucking, oh, fuck, dude, fuck. No. I need them to go out in the second round.
Is this am I going to be annoying to watch it with? Because I'm going to ask so many questions.
I will answer them all.
You like answering the questions. You're not like, this bitch won't stop talking to me.
No.
Because depending on the Max's mood, my husband Max, depending on I'm just doing it now for you. Sorry. But like, depending on the mood, he's like, I like explaining this or I hate it or it's my worst nightmare. But I'm going to I only know how to ask questions. And that's because I'm genuinely curious. And you like it. And we're friends. Sorry to break that news to you, but we're friends. So it's like, I want to get to know it better.
I want to get to Noah better?
No, get to know it, like the thing that he likes so much that he's like, yeah, Noah it better. Boom.
Yeah.
That'll be Noah's next podcast.
Yeah,
get to know me better.
Get to Noah it better.
They're nobodies, but the whole card's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
The whole card is a bunch of people that are known.
Hit me with some names.
Do you know Ian Gary?
Nope.
Oof. Chris Weidman.
I know Chris Weidman.
He's on the card.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the algorithm, say everybody's name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me look at this card. There's a lot of good names.
Say their names so we can put it in there. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys, while we're at it.
Tell us who should be our sponsors. I think I already asked that, but
Cyril Gahn is fighting Alexander Volkov. That's a heavyweight fight. That's a really good fight. And then Shavkat Rakhmonov against Ian Gary. If you know the UFC, that's a huge fight. Like massive.
And heavyweights isn't 145. That's just for girls.
That's just for girls.
Oh, heavyweight for men's like 225 or something.
265.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Dominic Reyes, Anthony Smith.
I know Dominic Perez.
Yeah. And then Vincente Luque is fighting Themba Garimbo. He's been around a while. Aljamain Sterling. He's
Aljamain Sterling.
He used to be the champ. Yeah, there's a lot of guys. Michael Chiesa, you might know who he is.
Whoa, wait a second. What's going on with Conor McGregor, dude?
What's going on with Conor McGregor? He just got charged. Well, not charged, but he's found liable for sexual assault.
Right? I knew there was something juicy there. I saw a headline.
No.
Not his wife.
Wow.
Not his wife, another lady, but his wife had to pretty much like confess on his behalf that like, yes, like I allowed my husband to cheat on me, but it wasn't harmful, but he still lost.
So they were like, I have an open
But
marriage.
he still lost?
He still lost the thing because of apparently she had like there was pictures of bruises and stuff. Like there was some real evidence that she was like
okay, so
the other lady.
He didn't. Okay, so technically he didn't cheat on his wife. His wife is like, I'm allowing him to do this, but the way he interacted with that woman was inappropriate.
That's what she's saying in the court of law.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Because she likes the yachts.
Exactly.
Who doesn't like yachts? What are we talking about?
Yeah. So he's probably gonna have to fight again.
Oh wow.
I think that's what's gonna have to happen because he lost all.
He's gonna be beating more than just the
money.
allegations in this next fight card.
Oh, okay.
Because no proper 12 dropped him and a bunch of other sponsors.
His own company dropped him?
Yes.
That's wow.
Wow.
Proper 12, more like proper
Did
11.
he lose a lot of weight?
No, he gained a lot of weight
Oh, he did the opposite.
he started taking steroids.
Well, yeah, because he got really big for Roadhouse.
Yes.
The movie?
The movie Roadhouse with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh.
He was the villain in it.
So
Conor
did it.
McGregor was the villain, I believe, in Roadhouse.
And Patrick Swayze was the original Roadhouse.
I think so. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a remake. I heard the remake was really bad.
Oh, Noah, did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Was it bad?
I thought it was very, very corny.
Corny.
But also, like, it's Conor McGregor, and he's, like, kind of always corny, so it was cool in the same way.
On the nose.
I
It
liked
was like
him in
seeing
the
Bruce Lee in a movie, to be honest.
Hmm.
He had the same feel. Like, it's kind of corny, but it's really cool.
Yeah. That's kind of fun.
He was cool in Call of Duty.
Yes.
He was
Is that a movie?
Call of Duty is a video game, but
but did they make it a movie like Battleship?
No, he was a featured character in the video game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Before he was Conor McGregor or after he was
No,
Conor
as
McGregor?
a fighter.
Okay.
As a fighter. They every now and again they'll pull actors to play certain parts in the video games, like especially Call of Duty is like kind of known for that. I'm trying to think of some other people they had in those. But like Keanu Reeves was the main character in Cyberpunk 2077. So he was
Which is a video game.
It was.
Obviously.
Yeah. It's like a Grand Theft Auto in like the future where people can like put like computers in their brains and like do all sorts of crazy stuff.
So in Call of Duty, they've had Jason Statham, Ice Cube, Kevin Spacey, Michael Keaton, David Hasselhoff.
Baywatch.
Yeah. Now David Hasselhoff played himself because he was a character in Nazi Zombies.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Nazi Zombies, because Machete was also a playable character.
Idris Elba?
He was just in it, right? He just played a voice.
I don't know.
Because some of these people, their straight likenesses used. So like Conor McGregor, it's like there's a...
It's tiny Conor McGregor in the thing.
Well, it's not tiny. I mean, normal size.
Regular size for the other video games, but it's on your TV, which is small.
Got it. Yeah.
How I play video games, I had a small TV.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. They play secondary characters in the game that you interact with. That's kind of what I mean. So like, I don't know what his character's name was, but he'd be like, like Corporal McGregor or something in it. And like, while you're like shooting people, he's like next to you being like, we got to get in it.
He's an NPC.
Exactly. Yes, he is an NPC. He's running around going, I'm the king of Dublin, and then.
Which is a not player character.
Right.
Getting all your good knowledge here on ACP. That's another comedy podcast. Okay. I think I'm done with letters.
His name's Captain Bradley Fillion.
Captain Bradley Fillion.
That's fun.
It is pretty fun.
Did you ever play the original Call of Duties?
Yes.
Like the Modern Warfare series?
Yeah.
Did you, Max? Just yes or no? Yeah, you did.
My husband is nodding.
Yeah.
In agreement.
Yeah, that was big for especially guys Max and I's age, because the Modern Warfare series changed the Call of Duty. Each Call of Duty was like its own standalone, like this is about World War II, this is about this. And then the Modern Warfare series was like, this is a war that's never actually happened, but there's going to be characters in it that vaguely persist over multiple games. So they introduce in the first Modern Warfare, the playable character, the person you play as, is Sergeant Soap McTavish. He belongs to like a special forces group that works with like Americans, British, and like Canadians. And then in the next game, you play as someone whose code name is Roach, and the NPC is Soap, Sergeant Soap McTavish. So it's cool. Like you get to play with the person you played as in the last game.
Oh, that's cool.
And then they have a character who exists through all of them named Captain Price. And what's really funny is just narratively, the story got so weird because once Soap becomes a non-player character, he's kind of like the second protagonist, so you don't think he's going to die. He like almost dies like every game. He like a building falls on him. He gets like stabbed in the chest and you're like, oh man, like Soap's done.
Dang.
But it's so weird when you almost kill a character 3 times to actually kill them at the end. And it was very frustrating for the fan base because we're like, why did you like edge us all these like ones? Because the only guy who lives out of all those characters is the oldest character, which is Captain Price. He's already like 50 years old by the game ends, and he's like the only one who lives. And you're like, well, he's gonna die of natural causes in like 3 years anyway. So, like, I don't know. You grow to like enjoy these characters, and like one by one, they all get killed horribly, except for the one guy. You're like, we don't really. What? Any other story, the old man would have died. He's like the Obi-Wan. Like he's the one who would sacrifice. Like, nah, dude, he's the only one who makes it. Fuck all these young guys. Fuck their futures. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Good shit. But those stories, because they also have the I'm mixing it up. There's Modern Warfare and then there's the Black Ops series. And that's where a lot of the other actors were in those ones, because that was like took place during Vietnam, which is cool. They're still doing those too. They're just recycling those characters, which it gets weird because then like guys have been like Captain Price has been in the army since World War II. You're like, wait, why is he here? He was old. He was old then. Like Captain Price was at Normandy and he's in Afghanistan. You're like, when is this dude gonna leave? Like, when is he gonna quit?
Was he gonna retire?
Yeah, and he never gets any older. He just like is evergreen with this crazy like mutton stash. Good stuff.
I played a lot of Spyro.
Spyro's fun.
Who is a purple dragon.
I know Spyro.
It takes place in a place that they made up. So.
Did you ever play Jack and Daxter? That was a great game series.
Do you know what Gex is?
Gex, no.
I don't know if I made this video game up, but I used to have this video game called Gex. You don't have to look it up though. You're not. No, don't. No,
look that up. I want to know what this is.
No, do whatever you want.
Because there's a.
It's Gex, but he was so before he looks it up.
GEX?
GEX.
Oh, okay.
I think it's GEX. I don't know if it's GEX 007. Essentially, he's like a gecko, and he's also a spy, and so he's in like a little suit. And it's that video game. Okay, I didn't make
I've
it
seen
up.
that before.
I played that video game.
Then he ends up selling car insurance, right?
No, he doesn't. No. But I'm pretty sure they took that idea from the video game. But honestly, like I quote that video game because he like when you're playing a video game and like I don't know if this is how Black Ops works. I don't know if this is how any of that works, but you'll walk around, you start saying stuff. You just say stuff. I would make him like do whatever, and then he'd be like, "Lock and load, little lizard," and we say that at the house all the time. And I have to explain what that video game is every time it's a new person.
Lock and load, little lizard.
So I say, "Lock and load, little lizard."
That's the name of this episode. That's too.
That was one of his catchphrases.
Little lizard.
We should do that too. We should go get like old.
I bet that game is on my little emulator.
I'll cry.
I'll look it up. I bet it's on there.
I'll cry if we can play Gex after this.
What console was it on?
Dude, it was like PlayStation 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think it has PlayStation 1 emulation on there.
Yeah, I don't think it was a Nintendo 64 game, but I could be mistaken.
All right. No. So that's not a Game Boy.
Okay.
It's just a computer that can play all of those. It doesn't belong to any company.
It's like a graphing calculator.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah.
What is it?
It's just the picture with the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a spy.
He's a spy,
but he's a gecko. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. That's what I played a lot.
He's like Alfred, dude. He's like Alfred because Alfred was like a special forces guy before he was Bruce Wayne's butler, which is why he's able to like help him and stuff.
Batman.
Yes. Yep.
Got there.
So he did that, and then he's like, I'm gonna sell car insurance now.
Yeah. No, he doesn't.
You can bundle your home.
There's no level where he sells car insurance.
Yeah, I know.
Did they do that in Batman? Spoiler alert. What? Tell me. What?
we're just doing a bit about how they're both geckos. So he lived two lives. Gex became the Geico gecko.
His second career.
Like how Conor McGregor is the guy from the game.
No.
All right.
Like how Alfred Pennyworth was in his own right in the comic books, a very established like contract killer, and then leaves that life and doesn't tell anyone about it until the person that he is watching becomes a superhero. And he goes like, Bruce, I actually know a lot about hunting down people in Burma. Let me show you how to make, a tank.
So this lizard's like, I'm a spy, I'm shooting people, and now
I just sell car insurance because...
So he's like the Incredibles.
Yes.
We got there, folks.
We got
Why
there.
Why didn't you say that?
Because I'm a grown man who doesn't have children's shows.
Boo.
I know.
He's
I know.
Bob Parr
Noah
from
does
The
this to me too all
Incredibles.
the time. He gets.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
Be young like me and Noah.
What?
Be young like me and Noah, obviously.
Yeah, I know. My bad.
Well,
we got there. I'm so glad we got there.
Yeah.
That was good.
All right. That's enough. Before we have any more references, someone's got to call it Lock and Load, Little Lizard. That's
Like,
it.
comment, and subscribe, guys. We'll be back. We're kind of doing this every other week, so yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks with more goofy stuff. Be sure to comment. Skepticai, you suck. I hate you. And and I don't want your business. And if you die tomorrow, that would be great. Yeah,
I don't feel that way.
but I like everybody else who comments.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye. We love you.